What is a woman? A question that seems to befuddle all global leaders around the world, that nobody seems to have an answer to. Luckily for you, Baba Rakha does. Look, people, when a man and a woman love each other very, very much, they give each other a special hug. And when the sperm fertilizes the egg, the zygote either has XX or XY chromosomes. The XX chromosome, unless it was a mistake or a result of an unfortunate heinous crime, or unless it was born in China, goes on to be born, and 18 years later, or in some parts, or in France 16 years later, it goes on to become a gorgeous bombshell. And that is a woman that Baba Rakha wants to boink. Now, the remaining who identify themselves as women fall under two categories. The actual rare biological anomalies that are documented by science, real science, not woke science, and are hermaphrodites. And the second, who are amber herding, the ones who introduce themselves with 1,000 pronouns and who are amber herding and hijacking the cause of the first kind, who have to actually deal with the predicament of being what they are. The L and G are okay. We got on board with that. And Baba Rakha loves the L. Baba Rakha loves lesbians. Two beautiful women, completely waxed, soft, gorgeous, warm, together. No, seriously, I mean, if there are any lesbians out there, Baba Rakha will walk you down the aisle. Baba Rakha will provide you with the liquid contributions if you want me to. I'll sell it to you with the whole NDA and all those contracts signed and the whole shebang, so that I don't have to be present in raising the kid. And either ways, you want it in a cup, all right. You want it in a direct deposit, even better. And the G, gay people, you people have been given all the rights that you asked for. You're free to be who you are. You're free to be with who you are, consensually, above 18, all of those things. And you're free to do whatever you want to, unless you're in Palestine, and where you'll be executed. And just keep it to yourself. Don't feel the necessity to tell us the whole thing. It's okay. You be who you are. Just keep it to yourself. Lesbians are wholesome. The other thing, it's okay. You be who you are. Just keep it to yourself. It's the remaining, BTQ plus EFG UVWXYZ, that are, now I know we should all be very empathetic and try to understand the root cause of the symptoms like this, but for some reason, the only term that comes to mind is retards. And where is the guy who wrote the book Freakonomics when you need him? Because what we're looking at are just symptoms. I'm sure the diagnosis of what we're seeing now today, it goes back to at least a few decades. Now, of course, some of the real women, the excess chromosome, the natural women, are also absolutely. I can't whistle. I wish I could, catch my feelings. Especially when they don't have the mouth taped shut. I'm just kidding. Baba Rakha wouldn't want women's mouth taped shut. They would need their mouths open. Now I know some of you are saying, Baba Rakha, this is only because you want to boink the gorgeous J.K. Rowling. And, well, while that may be, it's also something that I completely agree with. J.K. Rowling. One of the two women in the world, other than Mackenzie Bezos, that Baba Rakha would agree to actually be married to. But it has to be real love, the whole LUVE, no prenups. Like the great character Charlie Sheen once said, love is like skydiving. You just need to jump off of the airplane and get sucked into the propeller. Alright, so now that we're done with that, Baba Rakha for president, 2036. I'm just kidding. I never cared for meaningless job titles. I'm the provoker, I'm the one who rattles the cage. I'm Batman. So, if you feel like subscribing, do so, and if you feel like unsubscribing, it's okay. I understand, it's completely alright, feel free to do so. I told you from the very beginning who I am. I am the devil reincarnate himself. The name is Rakha, Baba Rakha. And now, we have the great, legendary Led Zeppelin. How many more times? Live in Denmark Radio, 1969. Let's go.
Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Led Zeppelin to you. On bass guitar, John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones. On drums, John Bonham. Lead guitar, Jimmy Page. And myself, Robert Plant. don't care. I buy you diamonds and I'm gonna buy you pearl. Come with me, baby, my little rosy girl. I'll give you everything that I've ever got to give. I'll give you everything that I've ever got to give. Don't you leave me, Rosie. Don't keep me here. I want you to leave me, baby. Don't leave me here. They call me the hunter. That's my name. They call me the hunter. That's how I got my fame. You ain't got no need to hide. You ain't got no need to run. 'Cause I got you in the sight. Oh, my loving. I said I got you in the sights of my hold your head in isn't it nice? Sugar and spice. Yeah. How many more times? Treat me the way that you wanna do. How many more times? Treat me the way that you wanna do. I've been mad with you, baby. Please, please be true. My baby. Thank you very much.
That's what I did realize. in this Denmark video, you get to see, mentioned this that reacted to Babe, I'm gonna leave from this very concept, Denmark radio. And I spelled Denmark radio before I was corrected. It was Denmark radio. I thought it was a guy called Denmark radio. Anyways, so we get to see John Bond clearly on camera. Otherwise usually he's in the dimly lit part of the stage. You don't get to see him very clearly. And now this is the thing about cameramen when they are filming a band. They generally tend to focus on just the vocalist. If the guitar player is known for his epicness, they focus on the guitar player. This guy focused on John Bonham, which is but then John Paul Jones was just not included by the camera. So that's not all four make the band. Without one. It won't work. So that was something. And Jimmy Page is a I don't know if it's Fender, but it's a Telecaster guitar. Two single chord ones, one vertical, one slant. And if you notice, it's like a wooden finished guitar with like engraving, like painting engraved on the guitar. Brilliant. And of course, need I say about the epicness of everything that each of them have. I was told earlier by the babe on the reaction video that these are a bunch of college kids who were told to not say a word, don't think. And so they did. But near the end of it, if you notice, when they're focusing on the band and the backs of the three kids is visible, are bobbing their head to the beats of the song. So despite what they couldn't help them. And kudos to Led Zeppelin for having performed at this venue. Look. The whole live performance aspect of things is it involves two participants. It's like sex, Babaraka would love to point the woman, but if the woman does not participate, then it's not fun. It's like necrophilia, So kudos to them for still giving it their all, despite it being absolute necrophilia, And in today's world, when back in the day when people were using their smartphones to record this on their own, instead of just being in the moment, like in the collective consciousness of the crowd, resonating with the frequency that is delivered, the vibrations, instead of that, today's live audiences when they're all busy with their recording stuff, actually enjoying the performance. Today live performance is basically, it is basically like necrophilia. Unless you are someone who is really accomplished. I mean, not all of the audience. Like some of them are still in the moment. But unfortunately, many of them are busy with it. So kudos to Led Zeppelin for having given their 100,000 without an audience that reciprocates. Moans with trust, like. The woman has to reciprocate people. It has to be both ways. There are two participants in live performance. The performer and the audience. Without the audience, it just feels very, you might as well be and finish it off on your own, It just isn't worth it. Anyways. So this was You Shook Me. I really love this song. I heard this song, the studio version of the song a few more times after I recorded my reaction, so that I knew what to expect, but then they improvised and they did something more, and of course Page brought violin bow. Yeah, right then. Until next time. Subscribe and all those things if you're on a feel like that you feel episode something. I know I'm still little encouragement on this long way. Name is right, but until next time, take care. Horrible.